Hi, Jerry.
How are you?
I'm very good. It's early morning here and see all the snow that we have.
A lot of snow. We didn't have snow in the Netherlands yet.
It's nice. So I'm Ellen Nicole and I'm an intuitive coach, writer, speaker, singer.
Yeah, a lot of things.
And our talks, we plan to do talks every week for a year. And it's all about in between relationships.
Yes,
And our,
because we're good at that, aren't we?
yes, so we want to show you or share with you the work we did on ourselves in between relationships to get to where we are today. And because today our topic is honesty and gratitude. So there's no way if we are to be in a relationship without honesty and gratitude that it will work, but it starts to being honest with oneself. So when I got into relationship, it was really trying to escape, and trying not to be alone and trying to be loved. And I had no idea how to love somebody and how to be in a relationship. So of course my relationships failed and failed over and again. And I would blame the partner for the failing of the relationship until at 35 I started on a spiritual journey, and they suggested I would remain single for a year. And that was like, wow, how can I do this? I need somebody. And I turned that somebody into a higher power at their suggestion. And I was able to stay single for a year. And then I thought, oh, now I'm ready. I'm cured. And I got into a relationship. And it didn't work out until I realized that it's me that needs to change. So I got honest with myself, and instead of comparing or judging my partners, I started to identify with the parts of them that I felt were not right, to only find them in myself and go fix these parts of me. And as I evolved, my relationships got better and better. And then sometimes I would have big relapse and find a huge part of me that was wounded, like my last relationship, which was with a narcissist person. And I found out that in my wanting to be loved, I'd become too nice. And I would attract these people that would and start really nice, but then they would turn into, narcissist. And I'm really happy to gone through this last relationship in particular, because I learned so much about myself. So I'm grateful, if I'm honest with myself and I look at how a person's behavior bad towards me showed me parts of me that needs to be fixed. And sometimes they would say in my spiritual program, you spot it, you got it. And I was irritated by this because, for example, I would say, well, I'm not a narcissist, but you are what attracts them. So it's not necessarily that we have the defects of character that we can notice in somebody else, but we have a complementary defects of character that goes with it. And by not changing ourselves, we'll keep attracting the same kind of partners. So that's the work that I've been doing on myself for 19 years now. I think I wrote more than that, probably 20 years, because I wrote my first book on relationship during 20 years ago. What about you, Jerry?
Yes. For me, well, we know each other for about 2.5 years now, and we share a lot. And I think, when it comes to relationships, we are very honest with each other. And as the topic is honesty, my change, and I think my transformation started over 10 years ago. And I was in a relationship for 13.5 years, and before that I had another long relationship, and no way that I could be honest about my motives, why I was in the relationship, because the motive was fear. I was not able to be with myself, to live by myself in a way that I would feel comfortable and loved. So talking about higher power, my partners, they became my higher power. And as a matter of fact, of being hurt in growing up as a person, I attracted hurt people, because hurt people hurt people. And nowadays we call a lot of people narcissists. And yes, probably we are living in an age and in an era that the individual gets a lot of attention. And one way that's good, you know. But on the other hand, when we grow too much individual, we get egotistical or selfish or self-centered. And I really believed I was not self-centered in my relationships. I really was thinking that I was doing everything I could to make relationships work, you know, because that was my aim, that was my goal in life. And then there was a moment in time that everything that I tried fell apart. And someone said, you know, you're looking at the wrong side. Well, that's very Dutch what I'm saying now, but instead of looking outside, you need to look inside and try to find out and find out what's there. And becoming honest was one. I thought it was the most difficult thing to do, and in the end, it was the most healing thing that I could do, because I had to give up all the knowledge I had about relationships, about myself, and I needed to start to be grateful. And that was our next topic, grateful for everything that was there in my life, and start to look inward.
Well, I relate to everything you said. It works for me as well. And to be grateful, I'm always coaching people and saying, at this moment, everything is as it should be. So we have to find how to be grateful for the moment. Even if the moment looks like the worst moment in your life, there is something to be grateful for in every moment. And when we touch this gratitude, we are happy, because we can be happy in any situation. So when we are honest, we can be grateful that we're finding to know ourselves better, and that will bring us to others knowing ourselves better. And I remember I just wanted men to want to know me. I craved them to want to know me, and they were not really interested in that. You want have a good time with me. They want to have arguments. You know, they want to maybe do a business with me, but they were not quite interested in getting to know me deeply. But guess what? I wasn't either. Yeah. I was so busy trying to be loved that I didn't take the time to love me. And today I'm very grateful that I've realized this, and I'm spending most of my time paying attention to myself. So I don't crave people to get to know me now. And people want to get to know me now because I want to get to know myself. So it's really attraction rather than promotion. I realized I had to become the husband I wanted to marry. I had to give me the same attention and care and devotion, and give me a break too, that I expected the right partner to give me. And it's this the only way to get outside is to create it inside. So I've been working on that for 20 years now. And you know, maybe sometimes I was, well, why it didn't happen before? But if you think about it, raising a child until the child is in the age of getting married, it's about 20 some years, 20 to 25 at least. And I really started my process of growing up at 35 when I got sober. So honestly, I'm going to be 55, and I'm just about becoming maybe ready to get married, and it's just okay, you know. And I had other adventures that brings me experience that I can help others. So there's no age, or there's no age you should have done it earlier or later. We're all fine exactly where we are, and we need to be grateful for that.
Yes, and I'm very grateful this moment where I'm at. After my last relationship, I am still single. I'm dating and I'm still single. And of course, you know, people and myself are telling, why are you still single? Because that's what I am. And it's not who I am, but it's my status. It's my marital status. That's all. And I'm open to a relationship, and it took a real long time before I was at that point, being open for a relationship, being aware of who I am, with my flaws, with my qualities, and meanwhile, I'm experiencing and practicing all kinds of behavior that has to do with love and with relationship, with my children, with my granddaughter, with the people around me, my family, everybody. Every relationship is an opportunity to be in contact with someone, and to look for the human being who's there on the other side. I'm a trainer, and when I come into a class or when I'm teaching, and when I'm not coming from love, I have a horrible day because people sense it. And that's how I want to be in the relationship with my partner, because I have been married, I have had long relationships. The adventures where Helene is talking about, for me, that's right now, that's not the way. So we are different women. We are different, approaching things differently, and yet we are grateful about our growth and what we experience and how we want to be of support.
Yes, and one thing that really lighted something when you said, people say, why are you single? Like there's something wrong with being single. And I used to believe that. I used to think if I was single, it meant that something was wrong with me. Nobody wanted to love me. I was unlovable. So, you know,
There must be something wrong with us.
yeah, so of course it triggered this this fear and this craving to find somebody fast. But like I love houses and I buy them and I fix them. But when I decide that I will sell a house, it's about a year process to get it ready. And then buying another one is studying the markets for about 6 months and sending out to the universe what I want and looking here and there and doing a lot of studies. I would get into relationship like in a few, sometimes the first date. I would take less time to get into a relationship than to buying a house, which is, when you think about it.
That's a nice example.
This time around, I'm dating and I'm following the advice of this relationship guru. I forgot her name, but she says never two without three. So I have a top three and I'm learning to know these people. I'm actually I chose abstinence. That's what it works for me. I'm abstinence. I'm not having any sexual relationships, even kissing anyone. I'm just doing activities and learning to see who's a good partner with me doing activities, because just going to restaurants, you don't really know the person. And I observe I observe what's happening. And when I was told, oh, you have to date two or three person at the same time, because otherwise you get into thinking, oh, there's only one person for me, and then you stop paying attention. Is this a right match? And I'm transforming myself to match this person.
And with fears creeping in, and that's not a good sign when fear's coming in.
Yes, but I could observe, like even now I'm observing that when I'm having a date with one, I'm feeling that I'm cheating on the other one, and they know that I'm dating more than one person. So I'm observing those back patterns and ideas and beliefs. And so it also, as a highly sensitive person, and I'm going to write about this, dating when you're highly sensitive, you cannot take too much stimulation. So it needs to take a long time. And so anyone that is in a rush, I cannot date. I need to date people who are totally happy being single as well. And they want to take their time.
That's a red flag for us.
Yes.
Yes.
So we hope to help you. And we will have topics every week about in between relationships, the work that needs to be done to become this person you want to meet. This not the exact clone of this person, but the principles in the way you conduct your life. How do you change that inside of you, that you will attract somebody that will respect you, will want you to grow, will honor you, and will be amazed to see you bloom. I have to become this person consistently, not once in a while. I was a hero once in a while. The first week we'll talk about a state. So today was honesty and gratitude. The second week we'll talk about a tool that can help you. And so next week we'll have a tool. And then the third week, a sense of self, how to recover a sense of self. I think the third week will be self-love. And then on the fourth week, we'll talk about a character defects. And if the month has 5 weeks, we will talk about a topic that you send to us. So please send us your topics, what you would like us to discuss, our experience, strength, and hope on that topic, and we will do that. So thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
And you